The question everyone asking today, which is very relevant and valid, is will search engines be a part of our future? Just behind me, you see an image which ChatGPT created for me when I asked it, what is the current search engine look like? That was its response. That was all within the ChatGPT interface using DALL-E 3. Well, going back to the topic, is and will search engines be relevant for the future? And the short answer, the very short answer is yes. They will be applicable and useful today, the next 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. This is my strong hunch and belief and feeling based on the research I have done. Now, let me explain why that's the case. First of all, if you look at any of the current AI tools which allow you to do real-time search, like Perplexity or the browsing feature in ChatGPT, you will notice that they call upon search engines when you require to find that data. You see, search engines are designed in a way to collect, keep tabs, and crawl data from across the internet. They keep tabs of the different versions of different websites. That's how they collect the data, and then using AI, they're able to understand what makes a particular search term relevant to the web pages we have. And that's really important because while this is something which can be done using AI tools, real-time data still sits with these search engines because they are keeping tabs and have done that for many, many years. Like Google, like Bing, and others like DuckDuckGo and other open source as well as proprietary search engines. That is a function and feature of them. Whereas a LLM or generative AI tool like ChatGPT or say for example Claude have a different functionality. They are designed to get you the best answer possible, not really to figure out where the response came from or what made it believe that that's the right answer. That is a different functionality, and that's what search engines do really well. The question is, how will search engines evolve in the future? My thinking and based on my research, I believe these search engines will evolve to include generative AI or features like ChatGPT within them. And that's already happening. In fact, if you go to Google and you enter the and you go to labs and you switch on your Bard search engine or Bard generative AI functionality right within the Google interface. And Bing as well has begun that, is offering, for example, Bing images and other AI tools as well. So these search engines will definitely evolve, but that data and information which is there is still relevant. It might also happen that in the future, tools like ChatGPT will have all the relevant information by default. So at the moment, you go ChatGPT, you will go to the browser, web browser plugin to actually achieve that. But in the future, maybe you don't need to do that. So you don't have to click on browsing plugin to do it. That'll just be done by default. In fact, the latest update from ChatGPT allows you to search, automatically select the plugin which you require to get a job done based on your prompt. So it's already doing that really well. But as it evolves, it becomes smoother and better. For example, the ChatGPT web browsing tool right now is very, very slow, really buggy as well. Many times the data which it receives is not sort of, there because it kind of times out, for example. So that will definitely become better. But that doesn't mean that they will be the end of search engines. As a website or somebody who's working and selling online, or informing your audience online, SEO will still be relevant. And people say, well, what happens when you have tons of data which can be created and content which we created using generative AI? Well, I can just create a ton of information and content from these tools like ChatGPT. Why will there be ever be a search engine which can then optimize or rank them if it's all done by AI anyway? And my answer is this. If you're looking and thinking about the long term, refrain from the idea of using AI tools without any human intervention. I believe strongly that high value content will always win, and generic content without expert intervention will not work. As it happens, and this has been documented across in multiple areas, it'll be 10 to 30 years before you can get the expert level information from tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Pi, or the other ones, for instance. For that thought leadership content, which is where you get ranked and start to really appear on the top of the search engine, you still need to bring in human beings to bring in that expertise they kind of bring in usually. So that won't go away the next few years. So work on that. It's not about the quantity, it is about the quality. Ideally, it's quality and quantity, but if you have to optimize one or the other, I would say it's quality. Bring in information which will help the end customer or audience on your website. So if you don't do that, you will suffer. And what I'll say is, if you look at ChatGPT or Perplexity, which is another tool for real-time data, you'll notice that they are not only looking at Google and Bing, but also U.com and DuckDuckGo as well. So in the future, it might happen that your results, which you see on tools like Perplexity or ChatGPT, will be influenced by more than one search engine. So getting it right, a holistic approach, a approach which is following the the best practices for search engines and website design, whether it's technical SEO, so basically how your website loads is structured, for instance, right through to other forms of SEO like content SEO, organic SEO is super important, and one cannot forget that. Now, this will continue to be relevant in the future. So if you are a B2B or B2C company, or for that matter, anyone who services people online, who's you setting a product or service or anything else, SEO is highly relevant. Don't forget that's part of your strategy. Inbound marketing, which is consists primarily of SEO, is very relevant today, will be relevant tomorrow, and for many, many years to come. So I would say investing in that is going to generate a phenomenal ROI like it has done in the past. Hope you found this video helpful and useful. If you did, please click on the subscribe button to drop us a comment. And if you have any other questions, put that in the comment box as well. Thank you very much and have a lovely day.